What's happening to Jim Carrey right now is hard to watch, not because of scandal or failure, but because it feels like watching someone slowly step away from everything that once defined them. For decades, Jim Carrey was one of the most electrifying performers in Hollywood. From Ace Ventura to The Mask and The Truman Show, he built a career on boundless energy, creativity, and a style of comedy that felt completely unique. He wasn't just an actor, he was an experience. But today, that presence feels quieter. In recent years, Jim Carrey has openly talked about stepping back from acting, even suggesting that he may be done with major films. For fans who grew up watching his performances, this shift feels like the end of an era. The man who once filled screens with unstoppable energy is now choosing stillness, and that contrast is difficult to ignore. What makes this even more emotional is the deeper reason behind his decision. Jim has been candid about his struggles with identity, fame, and the pressure of constantly performing. He has spoken about how success didn't bring the fulfillment people expect, and how the version of himself the world loved was, in many ways, something he had to continuously create. Over time, that realization pushed him toward a more introspective life, one focused on art, philosophy, and personal meaning rather than constant public attention. There's also a quiet sadness in seeing someone who brought so much joy to millions now choosing distance from the spotlight. Fans remember the laughter, the unforgettable roles, and the energy he gave to every performance, but rarely consider the emotional cost behind it. For Jim Carrey, stepping away may not be a loss, it may be a form of freedom and healing. Right now, his journey is not about decline, but transformation. It's about a man redefining who he is beyond fame, beyond expectations, and beyond the identity that made him a global star. And while that transformation is deeply personal and meaningful, it's also undeniably hard to watch, because it reminds us that even the brightest stars sometimes walk away, not because they have to, but because they need to.